course, Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, Bona, okay, let's just step back a little bit. You obviously had a really wide vision of where you could take your horizons. You know, we touched on it in the beginning in detail about the fact that me and you, actually two of our most significant TV shows, you with Friends Like These, me with Loud, ne?
Yeah.
We were the two last people. In terms of both, it was always between me and you.
Auditioning for that role.
Auditioning for that role out of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
You know, that had auditioned. We were the two last people on Loud. Thousands. And then on Friends Like These also, we were the two last people. And as these things, you are getting yourself into these roles, facing rejection sometimes, and then you go and decide to start something as difficult as starting a record label, knowing how difficult it was back then. Decided, okay, this is what I'm going to do, having been in radio, because I don't think besides Oskido, there was any other example of someone traveling that type of path.
I think I was always brave. I always wanted better and bigger. You know, like I watch young people right now who are killing the game in the entertainment space. Young people like Casper.
Casper, we have to mention him, right?
Yeah, you have to. You can't ignore the significance of what the culture is. Basically, what you guys have built. This is what Casper is today. He's one of those young people who's not afraid to go for things and keep going high and bigger. Yeah. Basically, I've always had that type of spirit, so that's why I can relate. You know, real recognizes real. Greatness can always recognize greatness in other people. But what I wanted to say here is, when I was a new artist, when I traveled and I had a tour in Europe, in Switzerland, in Germany, in all these different countries with Bongo Muffin, with yourself, with Sistandiswa, with
the enigmatic Mzegezeke.
The great Lucky Dube. The great Lucky Dube, may so rest in peace. Yeah. You know, the other day in the Kerikol Oliding Laka, Mamaka, she looked at me, she's like, Yazun Kumbuzu Lucky Dube. Why was good? Because my mom hates my hair. She wants me to cut my hair. But she said something so significant because she spoke about Lucky Dube. And then I literally remembered those conversations we were having, traveling in Germany in that tour bus, that inspiration that Lucky Dube was.
But King Gideo Gayam Plaga Joe. Unale Plaga. Like over Foster Jego.
Sure.
What is it, bro? Because it's not common. There's no motivational speaker that can inspire you into that space. You know, you make a motivational speaker look good. Life coach look good because umotoa action. What is it that has gotten you to wake up in the morning every day and chase these seemingly impossible dreams?
I think sometimes I can say whatever I can say to contribute to or to attribute most of the successes towards maybe how I was brought up or the type of person I was. But I think it would be very selfish and it would be looking at it from a very small lens. But looking at it from a bigger lens, and knowing what I know now, learning about African culture is, there's a lot of talks which are arguments, and there's scholars who are debating between other scholars all over the world, and a lot of them have got evidence that life started in the continent, and the significant part of what is written in the Bible happened in this continent. And pretty much there is also arguments that the Noah's Ark actually landed in Cape Town. In the Ark there, and some people would say it's in Turkey, but there's other scholars with proof as well that it's in Cape Town. So basically, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that we are in the content of the Garden of Eden. We're in the content of the people who were brought in to give life first before anywhere else. We're greater than actually we think we are. We're not even aware. That's why when you get a South African like Nomzamo, you get a South African like Tusombetu, Teripeto, Black Coffee, Trevor Noah, stepping outside of this zone, which is South Africa, and going to explore anywhere else. Any South African, it doesn't even take the most special South African. Because there's just so much greatness amongst a lot of us, it's become normalized. But for us, it's so normal, South Africans, that we're not aware that when we step outside of our country and go anywhere all over the world, we're gonna do well, because we're replying. So for me, my answer to you is that it's because I come from the Garden of Eden.